I'm glad to be in that position because they're literally making something out of nothing. Thin air, you feel me? I'm glad to be in that position because everything is broke.
Every time I elevate, it's something to celebrate. John Jones, I went to heavyweight on these featherweights, but I ain't backing down, I'ma take the weight up another plate. Leave nothing but crumbs, that's how you eat, let me demonstrate. Decade in the game, I ain't lost a step, I just up the pace. Watch them up the pay, I put in the reps and pick up the chase. Then add up the balance, but we ain't even no miles away. It ain't just a talent, I took the challenge and walked the race. Fell a couple times, but I got back up with some saving grace. Definitely leader, a pastor still need a preacher. Talk to me when I'm shallow, lend a lens to see deeper, closer in to see higher up. That's too much for the speakers, but ain't much for the thinkers. Clouded, I rush to the lower end to see what's in the deeper. Found a message to send itself with much younger and eager. Keep your youth and maintain your health, cause the future is trouble. But you made for the struggle, and you born with the hustle. Any imagery less than greatness, erase it and double down on your first mind. I come from the worst kind, made life before I found shine. No chain, it was all grind. I'm him and they wanna dim, but my lumen's way off the chart. I'm human, I can't admit, but my spirit up with the stars. I'm clear as I ever been. This feeling won't never end. They watching, I notice, but it ain't knocking the focus. I'm highest and hottest, but I still be I'm a champion, I'm a win, I know. I'm a grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. I'm a win, I know. I'm a grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. Life been so crazy, I can't do nothing but look high. This is just like I prayed, but ain't like I thought. I'm my way and sitting in my zone while they plotting out my grave. I'm plotting my next stop out state, getting that pay. I kept it true, I can't say how they played. I'm just gonna state what I knew and thank God I got grace. Grace for my years I've been putting in that pain. The bounce back insane, the build up took time, but wiped up the stains. I'm mic'd up is live, tap in, let's get gains. It ain't no more would did or should did. I got too much right now to brain. That's all I know and all I live for. All trying to stop my show. The tour 10 years ain't stopping till it's round the world and back again and back again and back again and back.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Flipping the script from my old ways. Took up a switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through growing pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads at a crochet. I wake up to cushion some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a Rowway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. Till we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extremes, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah, stay on my P's, get hate off my body like it's a disease. I'm walking off after we taking the lead. She call me Big Papi, I'm David Ortiz. It's what you've been waiting to see. There's moments where you gotta take it or leave. And I'm taking everything, some call it greed, but I call it living out what you believe. And I've been believing since no one was seeing the vision board. Racing with fate all my life, a collision course. Fighting with snakes, I'm a lion like Gryffindor. I be asking permission for it. This type of what we breaking tradition for. Clearing the mission, don't care who the victim. I'm dying for all that I'm living for. Flipping the script from my old ways. Took up the switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through growing pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads at a crochet. I wake up to cushion some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a Rowway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. Till we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extremes, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Flipping the script from my old ways. Flick up the switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through growing pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads at a crochet. I wake up to cushion some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a rollway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. Till we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extremes, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah, stay on my P's, get hate off my body like it's a disease. I'm walking off after we taking the lead. She call me Big Papi, I'm David Ortiz. It's what you've been waiting to see. There's moments where you gotta take it or leave. And I'm taking everything, some call it greed, but I call it living out what you believe. Cut to the chase. Everyone give me some space. Don't fall out, we fall into place. Every step walking with grace, amen. Keeping my foot off the brakes. Impact, I'm ready to brace. We fall down and land on our face. Just to get up and finally escape. Wait, boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. They live through the story they made, okay? Boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. Hey, legends don't die anyway. I was working on a play today. Body bags covered away. I paved, zipped up like a bathing ape. How many of us then came and stayed? Not too many. I've been staying awake to get it and get right on every mistake. I give them a bite, they taking a plate. It's all been a feeling that I couldn't shake. So I just keep killing till I'm at the gates. Treat them like worms in a lake. They bake. Just give me a drum in the face.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Marlon. We are back at it again, man, with another edition of the show. So if this is your first time watching, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the updates. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Hope all is well with everyone as we approach the end of 2025, literally under a week to go. And we'll be into the new year, man. So we do have some interesting topics to go over and discuss today. And we also have one major article, well, actually two major articles to go over today. And I just found that these people that would normally, sit here and try to, reason about the situation, especially the state that, Microsoft is in right now with the Xbox brand. Some of those, people I don't necessarily see anymore, or they're not as relevant as they used to be. But there are two articles here that we're going to go over. One of them is talking about, the Xbox brand in general, or just the Xbox console in general, obviously died in 2025. And then the other one is talking about Digital Foundry and, their take on, Xbox as a whole and, content creation wise as a whole. And also, too, we're going to cover another article here from CNBC. This is regards to like the sales, like, how the series consoles are selling in 2025. And, stacking that up to even something that launched in 2017 with the Nintendo Switch. So it's all sad. And I've said this before, like the console wars is long over with, and there shouldn't even be any console wars to begin with. It mainly comes down to what games you want to play, right? And, where you want to play them at. For me, I found myself playing more on PC than I do on my Xbox. That's just the way it's been for a while now. And, it's just because I get more performance, playing on PC than I do on my Xbox. So, there's that. And for some people, they find, PC Game Pass to be, better, more affordable for them, and they can still take advantage of Game Pass and all those things, which granted, I think it's, fine, right? If you just, solely game on PC, But put myself into the equation. Yeah, I do more on PC than I do on my Xbox console, and I feel like going into 2026, this is going to be a very crucial year for Microsoft to come out swinging, because next year is a big year for them. The 25th anniversary of Xbox. They do have a lot of games that they have coming out in 2026. And the issue here is obviously no more console exclusive, which we already know this already. But my question is, before we get into all these stories, what is Microsoft going to do different? Because I feel like whatever surprise they have for 2026, that's great. That's wonderful. But this next generation Xbox console that they're going to be coming out with, it's going to be very interesting, right? Because it's a PC hybrid, right? And I feel like that could be an advantage for Microsoft, going into next year or whenever this console is going to be coming out, maybe 2027 at this point, especially with the RAM shortages and stuff. I can see Microsoft clawing its way back in some way, shape, or form, probably better than this generation, because this is the worst. Honestly, I mean, you don't need a book to tell you that. This is by far the worst generation for Microsoft, period, hands down. Rough launch in 2020, which I told everybody that Microsoft should have just hold off completely, from this generation, or even launching in 2020. Maybe they should have launched maybe 2 years later or something, but everybody needs money, right? So hey, here you go. Launch in 2020, 0 games. And it affected them. It affected the momentum of the synergy between Xbox fans and the series consoles. And not only that too, but majority of the generation was sort of lukewarm. Let's call it for what it really is. Things didn't start shifting into high gear until after Starfield. Right? When we start getting Hellblade 2 and start getting Indiana Jones, then we was like, okay, well, Microsoft is waking up. And that's far down in the generation, bro. So when you think about it, it's like they haven't started warming up for a year and a half into the generation. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Yeah, there were some games, great games. Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite. Let's just keep it a buck. That wasn't the greatest. All right. I mean, it was okay, but it's not on the level of all the other great Halo games that we've been playing for years. All right. So really, Microsoft has not gotten their bearings in until end of 2024, 2024, around the time when we had, all the other bigger stuff that we knew was coming out. Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones and The Great Circle, all those bigger games that a lot of people have been waiting on for the longest time. And then we start looking at the quality of those games and we're like, okay, all right, cool. This looks fantastic. But I don't know, man. I think going into next generation now, being that that's what they're touting, it worries me a little bit, just a little bit, because I think after this console generation, Bobby Cook, let's go, bro. Thank you.
We will make our own destiny.
Appreciate you, Bobby, helping us to end off the year strong with the memberships. So that puts us at 74. Let me go ahead and update that one, and let's get the ball rolling.
Make our own destiny.
Heart hands emoji.
Shout outs to the wife. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. Love you. So yeah, let's get back in the huddle. So, Hellblade 2, you know what I'm saying? And that was in 2024. Man, time really flies. So we had Hellblade 2 in 2024. Right. Then, we had Indiana Jones and The Great Circle. 2024 was literally the best year, I would say, for Xbox. Hands down. Because 2022, nothing. Right. Phil was like, look, man, we don't have anything ready to go. blah, 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 blah. 2021, you know, call that for what you will, right? But 2022, nothing. 2023, you know what I mean? We had, you know, Starfield and we had Redfall. That was a disaster. And then going into 2024, that's when Microsoft start heating up a little bit. And it's like, that's kind of crazy, you know, to even think, right? And then going into 2025, you know, then they start heating up a little bit more, start dropping, you know, even more bangers and stuff like that. And then going into 2026, well, the catalog is crazy. So really and truly, I would say about a year and a half, right? Microsoft had finally like turned up the heat a little bit over the course of 5 years. That's not good, y'all. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? That is not good. And I'm saying this from an Xbox fan standpoint. And believe me, I have tons of Xbox controllers and accessories. Like, I am a diehard Xbox fan. I support Microsoft. I buy their controllers. I buy their headsets. I buy their consoles. Like, I'm still subscribed to Game Pass. Like, coming from someone that loves Xbox, loves the controller. It's one of the greatest controllers of all time. But let's keep it a buck here. Microsoft haven't really had a major W since the Xbox 360. We don't need an article that we're about to partake into today to tell us that. They haven't really had a major W since Xbox 360, right? And I've said it numerous times. I'm like, bro, how can we fix this generation going into the next? Because let's face it, Microsoft is kind of basically done now. And all they're trying to do now is getting things into high gear with next generation. So it's kind of like, okay, wow, okay, well, this generation was not great. This year was a disaster for Microsoft. Why was it a disaster? Because they went up on the price 3 different times, which we already know this already. That hurted Microsoft, right? Coming into 2025, oh yeah, we're not doing no more exclusive. That's another big blow again, right? So going up on the price 3 times, not doing any more exclusive, and oh, the biggest one, $30 a month for freaking Game Pass, right? That's another big blow again. So you already weren't performing as well as you should, right? Throughout this entire generation. So it part of me is just kind of like, well, Microsoft just completely gave up, right? Obviously, we listened to that interview with Phil Spencer, you know, in regards to the biggest generation to lose, which is obviously this generation. No, well, not this generation, the PS4 generation. Let me correct myself. The PS4 generation was the biggest generation to lose. And you come in this generation and lose probably even worse than the previous generation, which is absolutely insane. So what's going to help Microsoft in 2027 or whenever they do come out with the next Xbox is this hybrid. This hybrid. I feel like this hybrid have a place, but it also is going to come down to the price. Like I said, games is not an issue anymore for Microsoft, right? Yeah, I'm expecting early next year more layoffs because Satya is literally beating on his chest like he's King Kong. And he's like, look, bro, if you are not on board with AI, then you got to leave. Look it up if you think I'm lying. He's already touting. He's like, look, bro, like if you're not on board with AI, then you got to go. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm expecting more layoffs, more studio shutdowns, all this type of stuff at the early part of next year. It's coming. Get ready for it. Okay. So I need you guys to understand and hear what I'm saying right now. This article that we're about to go over is a long freaking article. So buckle up and get ready, because this is stuff that I've been talking about for years now. I don't even know how much more times I need to talk about it, but maybe you might listen to this in actually 3 different individuals today talking about, and these are high class journalists. These are high class influencers that are talking about the same issues that we've been having for years. And going into next generation, it's like, okay, what needs to freaking change? What are we? Because I try to tell you boys, like Game Pass is going to go up again. Game Pass is going to go up in price. No doubt. No doubt. If you crying about $30 now, then you're going to be crying when it goes up again next year. It's going to go up again next year. This is not good. It's not good at all, because if people are responding the way they are now when it comes to Xbox and how they feel about Xbox and not even buying the console during this holiday season, and they didn't sell as much, right? Sony sold really well. Nintendo sold really well. Microsoft, not so much, right? And so it's kind of like, again, the price. So going into next generation, that's going to also work against them, because yes, every device is an Xbox. Every screen is an Xbox. That's cool and all, but you still have a brand. You still have a reputation to uphold, and you still have consoles on the market. You're still making consoles, for Christ's sake. So it's kind of like, okay, pricing is going to be very, very important. So is either they're going to do the same thing that they're doing this generation, where they're going to have a lower tier one. Hopefully they don't strip the VRAM, you know what I'm saying? And then we go through the same thing again. Or maybe they might have one with this drive and one without this drive at a lower price point. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But pricing is very, 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 very important. And even still, the only reason why I think that the Xbox hybrid would sell very well is because of the hybrid functionality, the hybrid DNA of the machine itself, right? It's not about exclusivity anymore, because that's out of the window. What is keeping people to go back to the Xbox console? What is the reason to buy an Xbox console right now in end of 2025, going into 2026? Well, if you do love the Xbox ecosystem and you don't care for PC, plain and simple, right? That if you do love the console experience, right, and the ecosystem, and you don't care for PC, that's the only reason to buy an Xbox console right now. But most of you guys already own a higher end PC, or mid to high, or even low end PC. And granted, you don't even need a console, at least nowadays, right? Because everything now is, you can play it on another platform, right? Now we got GeForce Now getting upgraded again, right? And most people are like, yo, shoot, why am I buying an Xbox console when I could just play in the clouds? All I need is a controller, right? And Microsoft just updated xCloud to 1440p. So really and truly, you don't necessarily need to buy an Xbox console. So it's like literally dead weight right now. You know what I mean? Costco's try to stop selling. There's other retailers that are not selling them because they're not flying off the shelves, right? I can almost guarantee you, if a Series X was $300 or something like that, or $399, it would sell more. No doubt. Even though we don't have exclusivity anymore. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, if that joint was $399 or less, it'll be flying off the shelves. Because make no mistake, the Series X, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, and I don't care what happens on that hill. I will continue to say it on that hill, bro, until I can't say it no more, right? Pricing is very, very important. When you look at the Series X, it's a beast of a console. It's just poorly developed for the majority of this generation. It wasn't fully utilized majority of the generation. Why is that? Because we had a bunch of lazy freaking developers, even Microsoft first party developers, that was dropping the freaking ball and the soap during the peak. I wouldn't even say peak, but during the most demanding times when Xbox gamers needed to see what the machine can do the most, right? When Xbox fans needed Microsoft to push the needle, to go above and beyond, they dropped the ball numerous times. Oh no, here you go again, another 30 FPS game, and we both know, as Series X owners, we felt cheated on. You see what I'm saying? We felt like we got scammed. Like what the heck is going on here, bro? Like, why can't we get what this machine was designed to freaking do? And this is why I try to tell you boys, power don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things unless it's fully utilized. If you're not going to fully utilize power, it's a waste of time. I've learned that. A lot of us have learned that 5 years ago. So you can talk about T-flops all you freaking want. In the grand scheme of things, unless you are a programmer or a developer, nonsense you're talking. Because at the end of the day, if the games are not looking good and playing good, it's a waste of your freaking time. Change the conversation here. And I've been wanted Microsoft to strike back and go up against Sony. Why do you think Sony gets so comfortable and do whatever they want to do? You see what I'm, between the two, they're the Apple. They're literally the Apple between the two. They're literally Apple, bro. Apple do whatever. Apple don't even really have any competition. Who else is stepping to Apple right now? Nobody can step to Apple. Apple do whatever they want. They launch their phones, MacBooks, whenever who's stepping to them? Nobody is stepping to them. Right? And they do the same stuff over and over and over. Just this little itty bitty change. Oh, they might say, oh, the screen is brighter. You know what I mean? Oh, you get better battery and this and that. But it's the same friggin' phone that you had from last year. Oh, the lens is bigger now. So you can zoom in a little bit more. Pictures, you see? Look. More detail at nighttime. You know what I mean? You got, 5 times more the zoom. And it's like, bro, like, I don't want to zoom in all the freaking way on something. Like, it's not, it's less blurry than before. Oh, yeah, the chip, you know what I mean? This A16 chip. Oh, man, it has more cores and more threads. And the reality is you ain't even going to be pushing the more cores and more threads that the chip has to offer. So come on, you should know this. All right. So again, all that talk, marketing talk, and it's if you and most of the apps, even on the iPhone and even on let's change the subject for a little minute. On the MacBook, you barely putting a dent into it. That's how I felt with the Series X, right? The Series X was more powerful than the base PS5, but at the same time, we still didn't get the results until we got to Hellblade 2, in my opinion. By the time we got to Hellblade 2, I was like, okay, finally. But that was 2024. Well, I guess if you counted, Hivebusters, but Hivebusters was an Xbox One game that got enhanced for Series X. So I guess if you want to count Hivebusters, besides Hellblade 2, like which other game that really showed us what the series consoles could really do? I guess you can throw Starfield in there, but Starfield had all sorts of unoptimization issues, bugs, glitches, frame rate was erratic all over the place and everything. So I guess you really can't count Starfield something really groundbreaking and meaningful. So, bro, it was a dime a dozen in terms of the freaking games. Now we're going into 2026 now, and things are starting to heat up, and everybody is kind of like, okay, well, Microsoft had already officially said, we're moving on. Wait, what? We're moving on? Bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it makes me feel like Microsoft does not care about the Xbox brand. I feel like Microsoft stopped caring after the 360. I felt like these 2 generations after the 360, the Xbox One and the Series console was just an afterthought for them. Like, think about what I'm saying. Right? The Xbox One generation, they were scrambling all over the place. They had more launch titles, right, than the Series, consoles combined that would ever have at a launch time, right? They had more games than this entire generation so far during the Xbox One generation. Let's keep it a $150. Come on, you should know this, right? So what the heck? Like, why treat these 2 generations? And listen, they almost didn't get into the Xbox One generation, in case if you don't already know. And they almost didn't even make it because freaking, Don Matrick, was about to just eradicate freaking the Xbox brand, right? So let's keep it a buck. Let's go back to Don Matrick for a second, right? You really want me to go back in the closet? You don't want me to go back in the closet. So freaking Don Matrick situation during that time frame. Look how things were going. And then Big Phil came through and be like, all right, I got a plan. So think about the biggest thorn in our sides right now, which is Game Pass, right? If it wasn't for Game Pass, think about it. Game Pass was the blanket. Game Pass was the blanket that literally saved the Xbox brand. It's a shame that Phil had to come up with some sort of subscription service to save the brand. Because long gone or, you know what I'm saying? Like boots on the ground. Hey, we gonna tussle for this one. That's done at 360, bro. That was over with at 360. So if it wasn't for this subscription service, yeah, Xbox would have been DOA after the 360. Let's keep it $150. Because they were scrambling during the Xbox One generation. Then I'm still pissed off about this. You came out with the Xbox One X. What was that? 2017, somewhere up in there, right? And Project Scorpio, this and that. And I'm still pissed because that console didn't even get pushed. Series X, same thing. So what are we doing different now going into 2026, 2027 with this hybrid console? Well, I guess no, we're more mature now. We are more mature now as a development collective unit. Right? We are more mature now. Look at the games that we're making. Look at the games that we're developing. Indiana Jones. Okay, we learned our lesson, y'all. Okay? Indiana Jones, Hellblade 2. We learned our lesson, y'all. We finally getting it now. You see what I'm saying? We look at our biggest rival, which is Sony, and we're taking a page out of Sony's book, right? And we've given Sony their flowers, and we're like, yo, you know what? Oh, shoot, man. Okay. All right, you know what? We need to step up our game. We can't keep doing this lukewarm stuff. We got to push, man. And guys, it's so freaking sad to say it, man. It's so freaking sad. Most of you guys, if you do own an Xbox, you know, either you don't play it as much anymore. Maybe who knows? Maybe you still might play it. I don't know. But all I know is mine's is sitting down. It's been sitting for a while. I haven't even turned I'm just being honest. I haven't turned on my Xbox in a long time. After I finished Hellblade 2, like Indiana Jones, I played Indiana Jones on it. And after I finished Indiana Jones on it, I have not really touched anything else. Like, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Anything I want to play, I'm playing on PC. I'm just keeping it a buck. And now things and times has changed now, right? Now every screen is an Xbox. That's even worse. It's like you're not going to ever get to it because it's like, okay, wherever you play more on, that's where you're going to be on. Whatever is taking up more of your time, whether it's your PS5 or your PC or your whatever you play in the clouds, whatever, that's where it's getting more of the play time. Not the thing that you barely pick up and play. You understand what it is? So there's evidence to back this up, y'all. This is not no hate. This is not no makeup story. I'm telling you, I can switch the camera down to my Xbox right now. And I can, matter of fact, let me take a picture. Y'all think I'm lying. I don't have to lie to you guys. Like, I'm going to show you where my Xbox is right now. Bro. I just snap a picture of this joint. Look at where my Xbox is. Look at this. You see my Xbox? You see that joint right there? Just sitting there. I got a keyboard and a screen protector sitting on top of that joint. I have not turned on that joint in months. If anything, I'm on my Switch 2 more nowadays, right? I haven't been on the PS5 in a little minute. I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay, I have no reason to lie to you guys. Okay, I've been on my Switch 2. That's what I've been playing the most lately. You see what I'm saying? I haven't even been on the PS5. Let's keep it $150. So, bro, going into, listen to me, man. Going into 2026 for the 25th year of Xbox, bro, they got to do something, bro. We know the games are coming, but yeah, we can play that on PS5. Dog, that's not good. Like, you don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, bro, that's the talk of the town now. You don't believe me? Look amongst yourselves and see what people are saying. All these games, Forza Horizon 6, Halo Campaign Evolve, Fable, all these freaking games that I'm even excited to play. State of Decay 3. Oh yeah, I can play that on PlayStation. What? So your Xbox console is not getting enough mileage as it is, enough of your time as it is, and it's fixing to get worse going into 2026. The only reason for me to turn on my Series X console in 2026 is to do comparison videos. And according to Digital Foundry, shoot, it ain't even worth it. You see what I'm saying? It ain't even worth it because Xbox ain't bringing in the views no more, according to Digital Foundry, which we're going to get into, which is insane to even think about.
Thanks for the dono.
Bro, come on.
But Lying Phil says next year will be the one. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Look.
Headstone emoji.
Look, bro. Look. Jeffrey, listen. Listen, man. You know, that's the thing. I love Phil. I do love Phil. But like I said, let's keep it a buck. History in the making. Gears on PS5. That's all people are talking about. Gears going to PS5. Freaking Halo going. Come on. Those are the headlines. That's what brings in the views since Digital Foundry wanted. Oh, let me roll up my sleeves. Oh, shoot. I'm about to go heavyweight on this one. Look, man. Come on. I try to tell you boys, some of the biggest Xbox defenders and things of that nature, where are those people at now? Most of them stopped making Xbox content, or Xbox ain't really bringing in the views no more, so they're switching to something completely different. They're going over to PlayStation, or they're going over to Nintendo, or they're going over to the Steam Deck. You know, talking about different things because Xbox as a console brand, it's not the same anymore, bro. Most of the times what brings in the views and the clicks is negative Xbox news. No joke, no cap. Because obviously a lot of the games that are dropping are going to PlayStation, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. So that's increasing the value for you. You are already playing more on PlayStation. So if Microsoft is bringing over all their games over the PlayStation, that's good for you because you play more on PlayStation than you do Switch and Switch 2 and Xbox. So that's a win-win situation, and you're buying the games. So it's just kind of like, bro, Microsoft got so much stuff working against them, right? You're leaving out of this generation very badly, right? Because 2025, I don't even know. This is like the worst for them, right? They didn't move the needle, guys. They did not they barely moved the needle in terms of sales, right? So going into 2026, what are you guys, besides the games that are coming out, which we can play anywhere at this point, because that's their motto now, right? Xbox Play Anywhere. You know what I mean? Every screen is an Xbox. Every device is an Xbox. I feel like, and a lot of people have said this, like this is a cop out for Microsoft. Like, hey, you know what? We lost, so let's tap on the canvas for a second here. We lost. This is our way of saying we're done, but we still want to be relevant. So we're going to try to make ourselves continue to be relevant through other devices, right? And not solely just on our own. That's basically what it is. I'm spelling it out for you. But I can almost guarantee you, bro, if Microsoft dropped the Xbox Series X to like $399, I'm not asking it's going to sell. Because it's not the machine's fault. It's Microsoft's fault. They've been all over the place this generation. And that's what hurted the brand. You know what I mean? People feel lied to because they're like, okay, the Series S was supposedly the main console. According to Digital Foundry, right, speaking to a higher up at Xbox, the Series S, what does that tell you? If the Series S is the main console, then therefore, that machine is for the casuals. Microsoft is catering more to the casuals than the hardcore. So it would work best, my opinion, for Microsoft to drop the price of the Series X. Come off of this ridiculous high horse that you're on. Come off of this ridiculous $799 or $830 price tag because you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for early grave with this machine dying out completely at the price point that you're is. Drop the freaking price. I can guarantee you Microsoft drops the price going into 2026. What? Bro, people will start buying that mug. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. What? See, bro, the machine is a beast. Don't get it twisted. going into next year with all them third-party games that we fixing to play and all the first-party Xbox developed games. What? And GTA 6? GTA 6, I still do believe that the Series X will have a edge over the base PS5. I just feel so because we already know the Series X is more powerful.
Thanks for the dono.
Than the base PS5.
The Xbox is just like my favorite Jordans. The Jordans 2s, both the Xbox and Jordans 2s, are the black sheep of the industry.
Yeah, black sheep is right. Dog, this is, bro, yo, Phil Skip. No, they won't. Yeah, you're right, they won't. Yo, Phil Skip with the 20 gifted subs. Let's freaking go, man. Wow, Phil. Oh, Daddy Phil. Yo, let's freaking go. We're at 49. We are 49 more away. Let's go, man. Helping us to end off. Let's go, man. Let's go.
We will make our
Let's go, Daddy Phil. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Now, listen to this, though. Shout outs to Big Phil, baby. Appreciate y'all boys, man. Thank y'all. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Phil. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
We'll make our own destiny.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much, man. I hope all is well. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Everybody with gifted subs, get ready. We're going to have an amazing 2026. The first member stream will start the first weekend of January. All right. So stay tuned. We're going to have some bangers for y'all. We got some new emotes in development right now. We have some older existing ones that are coming up for members only. We got t-shirts. We got music coming up for 2026. We launching the MGN bread shop coming soon. So stay tuned, man. We got a lot of exclusive stuff for members. We're down now to 49 more to end off the year. So we need 49 more members to end off the year. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Big Phil, elite member. I appreciate you. God bless. So get back into the conversation here, man. So let's get back to that super chat from my man Devastator with the 5. God bless. He said that the Xbox is just like my favorite Jordans. The Jordan 2s, both the Xbox and Jordan 2s are the black sheep of the industry. Like, bro, let me say this, man. It's really sad, guys. It's really sad because I felt like Microsoft this entire generation lied to us. They should have out the jump back in November of 2020 when they came out with the Series X. They should have said, or before they came out with the Series consoles, they should have said, you know what? We're not doing any more exclusives. We are no longer doing any more exclusives, right? We're done. We're done with exclusives. So, and we're going to launch without any games, unless you count Tetris as a game. Unless you count Tetris as a game. But besides Tetris, hey, let's keep it a buck. That was a joke of a launch, right? Let's call it for what it is. So, therefore, they should have already came out from Jump Street and say, look, bro, we are not launching with any games and we're not doing exclusives anymore. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Why wait till halfway through the generation to tell us, yeah, we ain't doing exclusives no more. No, like what? But yeah. The Series X is not the main console. Like, wait, what? So the S is the console that a lot of developers were struggling to develop for because of the less VRAM. Like we getting out of memory messages while we were playing some of these games. Like what? Like, bro, guys, y'all remember the parity situation? A mess. This generation was a mess. Y'all remember the parity situation? The parity development clause situation that was going on. Oh, you can't develop for just the Series X without the S. Remember the Larian Studios situation? Remember that? Well, Baldur's Gate. Remember that situation? Come on, y'all should know this. A mess. Look it up for yourselves if you think this is a joke or I'm making stuff up. All right. This whole, and you see, Phil was like, yo, we need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of this nonsense. Oh, yeah. You can't develop for just the S without the X. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to do both. And if you can't do both, then don't develop at all. What? They almost lose out on a lot of that bread from Baldur's Gate. Y'all remember that situation from Baldur's Gate 3. So a lot of that stuff, what's going on? Psycho, U.S. Army, my brother, welcome to the stream. Let's get it. So y'all remember that situation. That stuff hurted them. And Microsoft was like, oh, yeah. Phil was like, yeah, we need to, we got to stop doing this. Yeah. Let me correct that. Phil was like, let me correct that for you so you can put Baldur's Gate 3 because they saw how well it was selling on PlayStation. Oh, shoot, let's fix that. So Microsoft was their own worst enemy throughout this entire freaking generation. And then to add insult to injury, right? You went up on the price 3 freaking times. And then towards the end of this year, going into next year, what were we told, guys? We were told, oh yeah, it's a possibility that Microsoft is going to go up on the price again for the 4th time in console history. So think about that, guys. Think about that. If Microsoft goes up on the price, it's already DOA. It's done. It's already done. Marlon, what you talking about? It's kind of like, okay, all right, we joking, right? What are we gonna do? Go up to $1,000? We're gonna go up to $899? It's already bad enough that people were finding it hard to justify buying a PS5 Pro at $699. You are higher than the PS5 Pro right now. For your 2 terabyte. The PS5 Pro is cheaper than your 2 terabyte, right? And it's already harder for people to buy Pro, let alone a Series X with no console exclusives. Come on, guys. And you fixing to go up on the price again. All right. You know what? Let's rip the Band-Aid off. I'm going to let y'all see for yourselves. Xbox died in 2025. That's what the article says. Okay, let's rip the Band-Aid off. I'm done talking now. We could talk later, but I've already said my piece on this one. So now we're fixing to just rip the Band-Aid off and we're fixing to go into this freaking article. This is sad, man. It hurts my guts to see Microsoft just give up. They just like, you know what? All right, Sony, you got it. You got the bag, Sony. Sony, you got the bag, son. Sony, you got the bag. You got it, Sony, you got it. Nah, bro, you think I'm gonna give up like that? No. As long as I'm still breathing, I ain't giving up. It ain't going down like I'm gonna keep fighting. Whatever we gotta do at this doggone point, and even, you know what? Let's get to the article. All right. So we got an article here from Engadget. We got, like I said, we got multiple stories to cover. Okay. Look at this title, bro. Just look at this. Like, and it ain't even just Engadget. It's Windows Central, and Windows Central is a Xbox, Microsoft, website. And we got Digital Foundry as well to chime in on that. This is sad. This is so sad. 2025 was the year Xbox died. But can it be re-resurrected in PC form? You know what they're talking about right here, right? Can it be re-resurrected in PC form? Well, to take one of the context off of this, well, obviously the Xbox hybrid, right, is going to be a PC/console. All these consoles are PC, but I'm talking about like the functionality and stuff like that. The dual boot functionality. If you want to go into the Xbox UI, then you can and play in a traditional console way, or you could just go full blown Windows and play all the games like a PC. And I think that's what's going to save Xbox in the next generation, because it's a hybrid, if you may, of the two, the best of both worlds in one box, similar to Sony with the PS5 Pro, combining, fidelity and, performance together. And then here goes the birth of the PS5 Pro. Similar to this situation, but in a different way. Okay. All right. So it says right here, obviously. Now look at all this. Look at all this right here. All right, so we're not even going to say that portion right there. I present to you the Xbox, because obviously they're saying the Xbox is dead. Okay, I present to you the Xbox. After a subdued launch at the height of the pandemic in 2020, the Xbox Series X quickly lost the fight against the PS5. Microsoft simply couldn't deliver enough compelling games despite some huge acquisitions, while Sony leaned on its goodwill from the PS4 era and a handful of desirable exclusives as prices rose due to supply chain issues and the Trump administration's violate the tariff scheme, said there was even less of a reason to get an Xbox, even the cheaper Series S. When I re-reviewed the Series X last year, it was clear that it never lived up to its potential. That's all facts right there. I can attest as a Series X owner, we felt left out. We felt scammed on the Series X until we got Hellblade 2. Ever since we got Hellblade 2 and Indiana Jones, that's when it started picking up from there. But I digress. That's just subjectively speaking. That's just my opinion. So I can see where this guy is coming from with this article. Anyone in the right mind would be better off buying a PlayStation 5. Oh, Jesus, here we go. Obviously, he's taking the gloves off at this point. Xbox didn't enter 2025 in great state, and it's leaving the year grasping for help, like an Arc Raider player desperate for a revival after being knocked out. Well, no, I got a better one for him. Battlefield 6. Medic! Yeah, you can scream medic all you want. You're gonna be bleeding out because ain't nobody fixing to go ahead and help you. All right, so it says right here, Microsoft canceled Perfect Dark reboot. I'm still pissed about that, y'all. And Everwild. I'm still pissed about that, y'all. Now, two of the most interesting games in its week upcoming slate. The company brought titles like Forza Horizon 5 over to the PlayStation 5, which prompt Engadget deputy editor Nathan Ingram to declare he no longer needed an Xbox. That is crazy. So okay, hold on. Stop right here for a second. Stop right here. Pause. You see what I'm saying? You see what I am saying? When Phil, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond all sat there, was it the beginning of 2024? And they were like, look, bro, we're starting off with 4 games. We're starting off with 4. That was it right there. That was it. Because people knew right there, and it's over. It's this whole battle between Xbox and PlayStation, it's over. Oh yeah, don't think that Indiana Jones and Hellblade is going to go to PlayStation. It's not going to happen. Remember that conversation? That was the beginning of the end. They were just too scared and chicken to come out and admit it. But bro, whenever the cat was out the bag, whenever the gloves was off, Microsoft was like, all right, we fixing to roll with the punches now, bro. We don't care about how pissed off the Xbox fan base is going to be. We take the blows. The damage was already done with starting off with 4. But now bigger blows are starting to happen. Wait, Forza Horizon, we start hearing the rumors. Forza Horizon 5 is going to freaking PlayStation 5. I'm done with Xbox. Right? So I can believe that's what I'm saying. That was a pivotal turning point right there for it being over for Microsoft. Whenever the bigger stuff that people care about and love start going over to PlayStation, it was a wrap. It was a wrap because it's like, okay, well, what's the point now? What was the point? You starting off with 4 casual games already was leaving a stained legacy. And then you're going into this saying the bigger stuff is now going to go to PlayStation 5. Then what the heck am I doing with an Xbox then? You see what I'm saying? If I can play that game on PlayStation, then why should I keep an Xbox? Let's get back in the article. All right, so let's dig back in the huddle here. This is crazy. Making things worse this year, Microsoft raised prices across the board, with the Xbox Series S starting at $400 and the cheapest Series X going for a whopping $600 entirely. Microsoft didn't even try to push systems during Black Friday. Why go through the trouble of having sales if nobody is buying the hardware in the first place? Oh my goodness. This is oof. Oh my Lord. Even Game Pass, which once re-owned as one of the best deals in gaming, almost doubled in price over the last year, reaching up to $30 a month or $360 a year for the ultimate tier. Sure, Microsoft tried to add more value to its cheaper Game Pass tiers and finally upgraded its cloud streaming platform. But the lack of consistency, must-play exclusive titles has devalued the service, and Xbox as a whole. Avowed and South of Midnight were among the few exclusive highlights. Again, last year, South of Midnight, phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. You understand what I'm saying? Amazing. South of Midnight was absolutely incredible. You understand? That was when Microsoft started to heat up. Avowed, for some people, yes, you could throw Avowed in there as a big release for a lot of people. That were among the few of the exclusive highlights. But the latter will hit PS5 and Switch 2 next year. Okay? There's no word on Avowed reaching another console yet, but given Microsoft's current trajectory and the fact that it's genuinely great game, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes available elsewhere. Now, look at this right here. There was a chance for Microsoft to rejuvenate the Xbox brand with the Asus ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X gaming handhelds, but the $600 and $1,000 launch prices place them out of reach for most gamers. It also doesn't help that Windows still isn't well optimized for portable devices with touchscreens, and those systems also aren't compatible with older Xbox titles like the consoles. At the very least, Microsoft now has a handheld foothold, but a future portable Xbox console would need to be significantly cheaper to compete with the likes of the Steam Deck, which starts at $550 following the discontinuation of the LCD, $400 model. So, guys, I say all this to say this. Now, obviously, the article goes on and rambling about Valve and all of this stuff, the Steam Deck, and, then coming down here. Let's look at this right here. This is absolutely freaking insane right now when you really sit down and think about it. It's worth remembering that the only single generation of Xbox, oh my God, this hurts me. This hurts my guts right now. The Xbox 360 was successful enough to truly compete with Sony's PlayStation. I'm going to say, this is the highlight reel right here. This is the truth right here. You can flip this, turn it. You can say whatever you want to say, but this is true, bro. This is facts, right? It's worth remembering a single generation of Xbox, the Xbox 360, was successful enough to truly compete with Sony's PlayStation. The original Xbox reportedly cost Microsoft $4 billion over the course of 4 years, leading the company to quickly jump ship and move to the successor. The Xbox 360 was genuinely innovative thanks to Xbox Live and smarter online integration, and it had a healthier amount of third-party support in comparison to Sony's PS3. Come on, guys, you should remember this. Was between $100 to $200 more expensive than the Xbox 360 at launch. It had far worse online support, and developers found it hard to program for. Let's keep it a buck for PS3, even though PS3 came back and won that generation in terms of sales, but arguably hands down that generation, a lot of people gave it to the 360. Now, let's go ahead and let's dig even more into this. This is a crazy freaking article here, and I know some people reading this article is going to get pissed off, but bro, the evidence is out there. The evidence is out there, y'all. Unfortunately, Microsoft squandered most of its goodwill with the Xbox One. Facts, all facts. Phil Spencer even said it. That console was first announced as an always online device. With y'all remember the whole 180 situation, the whole DRM situation? Y'all remember this all in one entertainment box? Come on, you should know this. Restrictive DRM features that limited how you could share and sell games. Y'all remember that? It was bundled with the Kinect camera that could potentially surveil you at a $500, $499 price point. It was $100 more than the PS4. Microsoft quickly reversed many of its DRM heavy plans for the Xbox One. But by that point, the damage was done. Sony ultimately sold more than twice as many PS4 units as the entirety of the Xbox One family, which included the cheaper One S and the more powerful One X. According to data from Ampere Research, this is why I try to tell you boys that price is very important. This is evidence. You see what I'm saying? The cold trail is still there, guys. It has not withered away, right? It's very evident. Price is very important. The games is even more important, right? And this is why I say console war and fanboyism shouldn't even exist, because this is what's really more important. The price of the box that you're going to be playing the games on, and the exclusives, the kind of games that you're going to be playing, the price of the games and the quality of the games, all of those things, and the ecosystem and the online and all of those things, right? Pricing is so important and so critical because you will turn people off. All right. So we ain't even done yet. Look at this, man. This is crazy. This is even getting even more sicker. You ready? Buckle up your seatbelts, and hopefully you guys still have some leftover turkey and ham in your stomachs from yesterday. All right. Now, listen to me. Things are looking worse this generation. The Xbox Series S and X reportedly only sold around 33 million units as of July. Guys, that's worse than the Xbox One generation. Only 33 million units. So according to the Statista estimates, while Sony confirmed it sold 84.2 million PS5s. Look, bro, literally, Sony almost double the series generation. That is absolutely insane as of November. If this trend continues, and it doesn't appear as if Xbox sales will be increasing anytime soon, Sony could end up selling 3 times as many consoles this generation compared to Microsoft. Xbox sales have been slowed down. The family focus Next Playground managed to outsell it in November, according to data from Circana. Oh my Lord, Jesus, this is insane to even think about. So, given Xbox's inability to compete with PlayStation 5, it's no wonder Microsoft could be changing.
To go.
Yo, Bobby Cook with the go. Cool. Let's get it poppin'. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And, bro, listen. Now, appreciate you, Bobby Cook. Now, that was a lengthy article, and we're not going to just stop there. Now, for some people, they'll look at it as, well, Microsoft is not dead. They just changed strategy. Okay, they just changed strategy. But at the same time, the Xbox console as a whole, like the brand might still be alive doing other things, but the console itself, like, bro, come on. Like, who is running out here, rushing out to buy a Series X console at the high price point that it is? Like, bro. Yo, Bobby Cook. Bobby Cook again cooking in this piece. knock us down to 48. So we are 48 more away from hitting our end goal. God bless. One love and God bless. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys. All right. So we're not even done talking about this whole thing yet. We're going to move on to the next topic. Oh, Lord. Oh, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. I can't. And this is why I try to tell you boys, like, you can say whatever you want to say about that article, but now this rabbit hole is fixing to get even deeper right now. Just to show you the relevancy of Xbox and people making Xbox content and videos and talking about the console. Okay, let's talk about this, because this is nuts. I can't believe when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, bro, this is not looking too good. This is not looking too good. And you would think that, you know, these guys are backed by Microsoft in some kind of way. Man, the evidence are there, bro. The evidence are there. So this is coming. Oh, let me show y'all. Let me just show y'all. Okay. Big up yourself on screen, Marlon. Big up yourself on screen for this one. Are y'all seeing the screen correctly on your phones, on your TV? So shout out to my man Hunter, next gen player. Digital Foundry says Xbox videos draw very little views and is harder and harder to justify. Windows Central agrees with the low views and says they are doing far more traffic covering Steam Deck. Wait, what? Steam Deck? That came out way back when, in what, 2022? Steam Deck? Oh, crusty Steam Deck? Oh my God. Are y'all seeing this right now? Digital Foundry is saying Xbox videos draw very little views and is harder for them to justify. Bro, are you sick? Bro, y'all think this is a joke? This is bro, this can't be real. This can't be real, bro. Technical analyst reports Xbox game videos drew very little views in 2025. This is Alex Battaglia, right? Alex is saying this. So, bro, this and it's getting harder for them to justify Xbox on the channel anymore. Again, you seeing it. This is sad, bro. This is so freaking sad. That's why I try to tell you boys, there's no defending this. There's no defending this. If Digital Foundry is coming out saying, man, it's getting harder and harder to justify covering Xbox on our, because a lot of Digital Foundry videos cost a lot of money to make. You understand what I'm saying? And they have to recoup on that. They got employees to pay. You know what I mean? Alex, John, all these people, they got to get paid. Right. So if Xbox, you know, is not generating enough views and stuff, oh, shoot, we got to go where the views are. That's just the way it works. Don't take it personal. But this is, again, it's freaking crazy. Right. Any Xbox related content they posted in 2025 got very few views, even for AAA titles. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Bro, this is sad. This is sad, man. If it ain't... Exactly. Exactly.
We will make our own destiny.
Jeez, dude.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
100%.
Shrugging emoji.
100%, Steven. 100%, my brother. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Yeah, and I've told you guys about that a long time ago. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. This is evidence. When people lie to you and tell you in front of your face, oh yeah, man, it's not about the views. It's not about the clicks. Oh, it is. For some channels, it is. I mean, if you're getting thousands, and Digital Foundry, they get a lot of views. You know what I mean? They get like 20, 30, 40, 50,000. My channels are dropping the bucket comparing to their channel. I'm over here getting pennies by the dollar. They're getting thousands by the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So if they're coming out and saying this, like, bro, it's very evident. Like, hey, Xbox is just not like it used to be anymore. You know, they're even talking about the games. You see what I'm saying? They're even talking about the games, like, man, even covering AAA games, like, because, you know, they do their, you know, analysis and all that kind of stuff. That takes a lot of time, effort, and money and resources to get like all this stuff, the analysis done. And it's not even worth it. They're saying, like, bro, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Our own destiny.
This is sad, bro. It's sad.
Wolverine got 10 million views.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And look at Alex. Look at Alex Batalga. Look at what he said. Look, this is Alex, bro. Alex that does a lot of the analysis. Look at this, guys, what Alex is saying. Alex said on his Blue Sky account, looking over the year, our coverage of Xbox titles in videos almost feels like it is getting harder and harder to justify from a work return perspective. Very little views. There are even for titles that you could think could draw them in. I wonder what the future is there. Think about what he said. This was on December 22nd, bro. What? This is absurd to think about. And we're getting into 2026, which is the 25th year of Xbox, right? And Microsoft saying that they got something planned and stuff like, bro, guys, this is Digital Foundry that do some great work when it comes to analysis on all the games that we play. And if they're, bro, basically return on investment. That's pretty much what he's saying here. It's hard for them to sit here and put so much manpower and time and not make any substantial amount of money because everybody got to get paid. This is sad, dude. This is sad. This is sad. Digital Founder member Ates Battaglia says revealed that the channel's coverage of Xbox video games in 2025 barely garnered any views, even for titles they thought could draw the Xbox audience out. So even for titles, look at whoa, and look at this right here. Look at this. Let's move on to the next part of it. Right? Jez Corden, look it up. I'm telling you, Windows Central is a Microsoft-backed website. Guys, there's no damage control in this. There's no damage control in this. If Jez is coming out saying this too, it ain't just Digital Foundry. It's Jez. All right? Jez is one of the biggest Xbox influencer of all time. He's coming out under his post. Journalist Jez Corden amplified the same opinion, saying that his publication primarily covers Xbox and it's targeted towards that player base. However, his content related to the Steam Deck gains more traffic than anything Xbox oriented. Bro, Digital Foundry? And now you have Windows Central of all places, that is more Xbox and PC focused than anything else. And they're saying they get more traffic for Steam Deck. Oh my Lord, bro. Oh my God, have mercy, bro. I can't believe what I'm reading right now. This is sad. Going into 2026, what is Microsoft going to do? Look at this. Xbox is already in a financial mess with its 2025 revenue fallen by $113 million as its hardware declined by a whopping 29%. But something worse, oh my God, bro, than the mandatory ruin its irrelevance in gaming. And from the looks of it, the brand is getting there. Like, bro, this is not good. This is not good. Bro, this is sad. This is so freaking sad, man. It breaks my heart, bro. It breaks my heart to see this, man. Bro, like, it breaks my heart because I love Xbox and I'm one of the main ones that have always said, no, man, I want Microsoft to stay in the fight. I've always been critical on Xbox. I've always been hard on Xbox because I know they could do better. And then now people start to realize what I was talking about all these years later. And I'm like, Microsoft can do better. They can do better. Oh no, you just hating on Xbox. Oh, remember when the exclusives were still a thing? People were, oh, you're just hating on Xbox and you just this, and now they started. Where are those people at now? Where are those Xbots at now? Where are all those people that was defending Microsoft every move? Where are those hold the line people at? Where are they at? You should be holding the line. Marlon, hold, man. Hold on, man. Where are those people at? It's very evident that Microsoft has given up on this generation now, and let's go to the next generation. This is what, guys, the pattern continues. Same thing that they have done during the Xbox One generation, and then now to the Series generation, and then, Microsoft had already said, we're moving on. We're moving on. Look it up if you think I'm lying. We're moving on from the Xbox Series generation. We're moving into the next generation. We already had Sarah Bond came out talking about it, the AMD partnership. We had Aaron Greenberg, all these other higher up execs, that works for Xbox have already said, look, bro, we're transitioning to the next. We have my man, Jason Ronald, the chief Xbox engineer, right? He's already saying, yep, we ready to go. You see what I'm saying? We had my man, what's his name again? He used to work for Blizzard. He have already said the Xbox brand was dead. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the console, in terms of the hype, like in terms of how it used to be. Frig me, bro. Like this is, bro, like it's sad. It's so freaking sad. And we thought we was finished. Oh, nah, we ain't even done yet. Look at this right here. This one right here is like, my goodness, man. I don't know, man. This is sad, bro. It's so freaking sad. It's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad. And I don't think Microsoft care enough to say, you know what? Let's drop the price. The biggest thing right now is Game Pass Ultimate being too expensive. Well, you got PC Game Pass, Marlon. You're right. Which a lot of people are just now starting to be like, you know what? Let's start gaming more on PC because it's cheaper to game more on PC than consoles. What? It's crazy. You don't have to pay this high premium price for Game Pass Ultimate on consoles when you can have Game Pass on PC and still be able to play these games day one. Still be able to play all these exclusive games day one on PC. Come on, guys, you should know this. You already got a PC, right? You already got a higher end PC or a mid-level PC already playing all these Xbox games. Plus, you got a PlayStation 5. So, oh, Lord. Look now. All right, let's take off the gloves one more time. Look at this right here. If this is not evidence right here, bro, CNBC is talking about this. Look at this right here. My man, Next Gen Hunter, again. Xbox is losing the console race by miles. CNBC, quote, the Xbox Series S and X at 1.7 million units sold in 2025. What? No, this can't be true. This cannot be true. Guys, 1.7 million units in 2025? Okay, all right. Couldn't outsell the original Nintendo Switch, which launched in 2017 and has sold 3.4 million units so far this year, end quote. Guys, what? You don't see something wrong here? Microsoft, no. Nah, dog. Listen, I cannot believe this. I can't believe it. Microsoft only sold 1.7 million units for this entire year? I'm burning the fire right now. bro. This is why I'm so upset. Because, bro, not even 2 million units. You don't see how you're damaging yourself. You went up on the price 3 times, and you expect us to eat that? You expect us to just run out there, go buy a Series X console for $800+? Who's gonna? Majority of you guys are like, heck no. If you already getting on Sony's case about PS5 Pro being so ridiculously expensive, who's gonna buy an Xbox where all the exclusives are going to other platforms? Only, bro, you can even outsell a console that came out in 2017. Bro, this is 2025. A console that came out in 2017 is selling more than... Lord have mercy. I can't. It's sad, man. I feel bad for Xbox fans, hardcore Xbox fans. Oh, Jesus, man. This is wow, dude. Oh my God. The company's overall gaming revenue decreased by 2% year over year with a 29% dip in Xbox hardware sales, according to Microsoft first quarter earnings, fiscal 2026. The broader console industry has been in a major slump, with hardware spending down of 27% year over year in November, which typically a busy shopping month, according to recent report from research firm Circana. Jesus, man. Combined Switch and Switch 2 unit sales were down more than 10% during the month, and PS5 sales were down more than 40%, IGN said. But Xbox, listen to this, Xbox Series hardware took the biggest beating with a dramatic 70% drop in sales. In console sales, Xbox can barely see the leaders this year. Barely. Are you hearing? Nintendo Switch 2 has sold 10.3 million. 10.3 million units. Okay? Since its debut in June. The company said in the latest earnings report, Sony with the PS5, 9.2 million units. 9.2 million units in 2025. Dog. Sony has sold almost 10 million units in 2025. Nintendo and Sony. Nintendo just launched their console. And it's the fastest selling console right now. Okay? Over 10 million units. So think about what I'm saying. And Microsoft, Lord have mercy. Microsoft, Xbox Series S and X at 1.7 million. You are miles behind. You are way behind. You are at the back of the line. Only 1.7 million units? You're not miles ahead. You are like, I don't even know how to even explain this. You are another planet behind. This is say it ain't even miles at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what else is. You are 2 planets behind. You literally are. Like, bro, this is not even a competition. Like, oh my Lord Jesus. This is sad, dude. This is I can't read anymore. This is depressing. I can't read anymore. And then Satya is saying, "Oh yeah. We're not competing with PlayStation. We competing with TikTok. We competing with short form content." What? Okay, we are joking. We are joking. We are competing. Listen to this. I need y'all to hear me right now. We are competing. We are competing with short form content. We're competing with videos, short form videos. We ain't competing with Sony.
Thanks for the dono.
Man, if Stadia would have stick a bit longer, they would have been beating Xbot. True talk, dog. You know this and we know this. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Person face bombing emoji. Person face bombing emoji.
Bro, Stadia, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right, man. You're probably right. Or, I got one better for you. I got one better for you, bro. I got one better. Or Sega. Dog, I think Sega would have done way better than Microsoft. If Sega would have came out with the Dreamcast 2 5 years ago, with the catalogs and IPs of games that Sega got, they would be destroying Microsoft right now in terms of console sales and relevancy in the console space. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. If, even, what? Are you crazy in your brain cells? Dog, listen to me and listen to me loudly and clearly, right? Man, even, bro, what? Are you crazy? Bro, if Sega was still in the console space, what Microsoft would you have? And let's keep it a buck. If it wasn't for Sega, right, with the Dreamcast, there wouldn't be no Xbox. Because let's face it a buck. Where do you think Microsoft got the Y, X, and B and A button from with the colors? I guess you can call that plagiarism, right? Where do you think they get that sole idea from? Listen, don't get it twisted here, bro. I'm telling you right now, if the Dreamcast was a thing, what Xbox would you have? Where do you think all the inspiration for the Xbox, the original Xbox, came from? From the friggin' Dreamcast. Come on, put some respect on the Dreamcast and stop playing with me. Stop playing. Stop freaking playing. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Y'all know I'm speaking facts. Where are those older OGs at? Where are the OGs at? Come on. You should know this. You should know this. You should know this. Bro, if Sega was still around, if Sega said, you know what, we're doing the Dreamcast too, come on, bro. Microsoft would have to think twice getting into the console space. Man, I wish Sega would have just, continue on. But I understand why they stopped. You understand what they just didn't have the money to continue like Microsoft does. This is why Microsoft is continuing on with the Xbox brand. If this was a Sega kind of company, it would have been, bro, they would have stopped at the 360. They would have stopped at the 3. There wouldn't be no Xbox One. There wouldn't be, come on, let's face facts. You know what I'm saying to be true. No other company right now, not even Nintendo, got the money that Microsoft got. Okay? So think about this right now. The saving grace for the Xbox brand is Microsoft themselves. They're literally their own devil, bro. I'm just going to keep it $150. Devil helping devil right now. They're playing devil's advocate right now. Come on, you should know what I'm saying to be true. If it wasn't for Microsoft behind the Xbox brand, it would have been done. You know what I'm saying to be true. Don't act like you don't know. It would have been done after 360. Come on, you should know this. Bro, let's dig up some old facts, okay? Peter Moore, during the 360 generation, right? And even after the 360, what did Peter Moore said? Yeah, man, we loved the console wars back then. Because the console, look it up if you think I'm lying. The console wars back then was paying the bills. Because they were moving consoles, they were moving units, ladies and gentlemen. So they love when you sit here and hype up Xbox, yeah, and making the videos and touting Xbox as the best box. It's good for business. Come on, you should already know this. Listen, you should already know this. Like, why do you think that these Xbox channels, right? Back when Microsoft was sizzling from the beginning of this generation, why do you think people were getting a lot of these Xbox channels started out back in 2020, 2019, 2018, coming into the new generation, and they were getting so much views and talking about teraflops and where are all those channels at? Some of these channels, I ain't even gonna say their name, is DOA. They're not even making content no more. Where are those Xbox guys at now to defend Microsoft? What there's no defending this, bro. Like, the reality is Microsoft has literally just given up on the Xbox brand.
Got a mini PC earlier this year and finally started emulation. Needless to say, I'm buying 5 games at best next year. Mine still blown at XEMU, PCSX2, etc.
Okay. You emulating your games. You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna pay. You say you probably gonna play about maybe 5. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. You probably gonna play maybe about 5 games at best, bro. This is sad. You see what I'm saying? Asking you guys right now, are you gonna go out there and buy a Xbox next year? Come on, guys. Let's. I don't even have to ask y'all. Check on the poll right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, most of you guys are just like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Are you buying an Xbox next year? Ask yourself that. Did you buy a Series X during this holiday season? Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Majority of you guys have bought Switch 2. Majority of y'all are probably, yeah, I'm getting a Switch 2, bro. Come on. Because most of y'all already got PS5s. So most of y'all went to go buy Switch 2 or a Switch OLED. Let's keep it a buck. Did you really go out there and spend $800 on a 2 terabyte Series X? I find that hard to believe when you already got other consoles in your household besides a Switch 2. Come on, you should know this. When most of you guys are already emulating, playing in the clouds, right? Remember, every screen is an Xbox. Microsoft was touting the whole situation with the Xbox Ally and all this and that. Come on, guys. And then I start seeing videos of people saying they're returning their Xbox Ally. Why? Why are you returning the Xbox Ally? Oh, because you thought it was an Xbox. Bro.
Thanks for the dono.
Thanks for good show. Fire emoji. Nobody wants Game Pass.
Appreciate that, Rapid Blaster. Thank you, man. You're welcome, my brother. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Look, man. Look, it's very evident that going into 2026, Microsoft got to do something, bro. Because how long can Microsoft continue like this? Only 1.7 million units in 2025? Oh my God. Bro, you're still way behind the Xbox One generation in terms of sales. You're not even at 40 million units. You're way behind. You're way behind your predecessor. Bro, you're not even close to the Xbox One generation in sales. What does that tell you guys? It's like a steady decline. After the 360, steady decline. And I'm telling you guys, it's crystal clear. Without Microsoft, Xbox brand would have been done after 360. Because no company is going to sit there and be like, yep, let's make another console. Unless they're going to mimic what they have done during the most successful generation. You heard what the article said. The only successful generation Microsoft had throughout this entire race competing with Sony is only the 360. Bro, that was 2 generations ago. Are we really passionate about video games at Microsoft? We say we do. And granted, some of these studios are excellent. But from a console perspective, no, I'm willing to believe that you have given up. I'm willing to believe that the passion that you used to have is no longer there. It's sad, guys. It's sad. This Xbox hybrid, my hopes for this Xbox hybrid, guys, in my closing is the price. I do think that this Xbox hybrid have a potential to sell very well for Microsoft. And I'm being honest. Why you said that? Why are you saying that, Marlon? I'll tell you why I'm saying that. This could be one of Microsoft maybe last or one of their biggest chances to get back at Sony. To make Sony be like, well, okay, Microsoft, I see you. I feel like the next generation of Xbox have huge potentials to outdoing the Xbox One and the Series consoles in terms of sales and hype. Why is that? Because of the Magnus, because of the Xbox Magnus. Why is that? Because similar to what Mark Cerny said about PS5 Pro, the best of both worlds, right? That we're talking about the best of both worlds. We're talking about PC and console gaming together in one box. Come on, you should know this. There are going to be consumers out there who are going to look at that and be like, wow, yeah, why? I mean, with the cost of RAM right now, apparently rumor is that Asus, well, they're supposed to be having their CES 2026, their CES 2026 event on the 5th of next month. Apparently Asus is going to be getting into the DRAM situation. They're going to be getting into RAM, start selling RAM, their own proprietary RAM or whatever, or just the RAM business altogether, according to the rumors, right? So RAM prices are the way they are right now, right? Think about it. So building a PC right now is out of the question for a lot of people. Some of you guys, believe it or not, don't have a PC. You see what I'm saying? And you want to build a PC, but you can't really afford it. And this is where the Magnus makes sense. If the price is right and it's not outrageous, I can see you potentially saying, 5080 level performance? Potentially? It does have PC function. Well, hold on, Marlon. Well, hold on. You forget about the Valve Steam machine? No, I haven't forgotten about that. But that's severely underpowered comparing to the reports and the specs from Magnus. That's why I haven't mentioned it. You understand people are still going to buy that, and that's also working against Microsoft too. Well, Marlon, but what about the Steam machine? Yeah, you're right. But look at the specs. You see what I'm saying? It's 3 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, bro. The Magnus is going to smoke a freaking a Steam machine. So let's calm down just for a second here. The Magnus has its place. And if this thing is powerful, like they said, like Moore's Law is dead's been saying, I'm telling you, that's going to do some damage. And if the price is right, think about those of you who want to be able to have a machine, a box to where you can switch between Windows or you can go back to the console. You have that dual boot functionality, right? All in one box. Oh, shoot. I don't have to go out there and go spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a PC. I can just buy the Magnus and I'm Gucci. And I can get 5080 level performance. What? RTX 5080 level? I find that hard to believe until when it comes out. Bro, can you imagine if a box is giving you dual functionality and giving you Windows and then a console experience and bro, that is revolutionary. We have never seen that from any console manufacturer before. So this is like the first time. Other companies have done that before, where they try to give you this console-like feeling and stuff like that. But I'm talking about between the big three. First time ever we have seen this. And so it gets me excited for Microsoft in the next generation because now they have a different strategy up their sleeve. You feel what I'm saying? And On top of that, if the price is right, bro, they can do some damage. They can do some damage because look, GTA 6, after a year and a half, maybe 2 max, is going to PC. Oh, shoot. You mean to tell me I don't have to have a 5090 PC or a 5080 PC? You know, I ain't got to go out there and spend $4,000, especially the cost of RAM right now. I ain't got to spend $3,000-$4,000 on a PC, building a PC to play GTA 6 on PC. Oh, shoot. I got Magnus. Baby. But here's my thing, though. Saying that this machine is going to have 5080 level of performance or true rasterization performance is kind of a bit of a stretch. Maybe it might be a 5070 Ti. You know what I mean? Or I got something better. In between a 5070 Ti and a 5080 in terms of performance. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. You know what I mean? It could very well be. And even still, that is fantastic performance. Now, if you're talking about true 4K, you know, I would say definitely a 5080. You know what I'm saying? Because you got more CUDA cores, stuff like that. But look, man. Guys, I say all this to say this. Going into 2026, Microsoft in the console space, bro, it ain't looking too good. Ending 2025 and going into a new generation, it's not looking too good. But if Microsoft priced the console in the right way, remember what Sarah Bond said. Sarah Bond said that, what did she say? The next generation Xbox is going to be a huge technological leap. That's what she said. A huge technological leap going, forward. You know what I mean? It's going to blow us away from a technological standpoint. I hope so too with the price, because if the price is too high, it's going to be for that niche hardcore fans, hardcore Xbox fans. There's not really a lot of those people, bro, that's going to sit there and spend $1,000 or spend $800. And considering you don't have exclusives anymore, they're probably going to buy it for the functionality. But when it comes to the games, I guess especially if there's a huge advantage in terms of power over the PS5. But according to Moore's Law is Dead, it's not that much over the PS6. Right. So again, guys, it's going to be an interesting generation. Microsoft has gotten themselves into a pickle once again, going into next generation, because Nintendo and Sony, they don't have this problem, y'all. They don't have this problem. Sony, you can say, yeah, Sony kind of dropped the ball in 2024, 2023. You can say that. You know what I mean? Oh, not enough exclusives, Marlon. Remember? Yeah, for sure. 100%. I agree. I'm still pissed at Sony for that freaking weak 2023 PS5 showcase. Come on. I don't care who want to get mad. Let's call it what it is. Weak freaking PS5 showcase. Right? And only giving us one meaningful exclusive. And then going into 2024, oh yeah, we got hit with not until 2025 for the bigger stuff. But at least with Sony, even though we've seen a steady decline year over year with all three major console manufacturers, Sony got hit with a 40%, Nintendo with a 10%, and Microsoft with a whole 70%. Like, it's freaking crazy. So it's already bad enough. Like, people are not really buying the consoles like they used to, right? So it's kind of a sad state of the fair. But at the same time, Sony's still selling consoles. Sony did almost 10 million this year. So Sony fans, obviously, or people that are interested in PS5, they're buying them. You know what I'm saying? And Nintendo, people who are interested in Nintendo and Switch 2, yeah, Switch 2 is too expensive. The games are too expensive, but people are still buying the Switch 2s. I mean, over 10 million people at this point, and the console just came out in June. So Nintendo don't have this problem. Microsoft, on the other hand, they've given up. They've put a Band-Aid on the problem, and they say, you know what? We want to be everywhere now. We want to be the biggest third party. Remember what Satya said. We're the biggest third-party publisher that the world has ever seen. And they're happy with that. And they want AI to be in the center of everything that they do. So they're happy with that. They don't care how much fat they have to trim to get rid of all the weight that's not pulling their weight, studios or whatever. Now we're going to fill all these studios up with AI because AI is going to make all things new. Guys, pay attention. They've already said it. So it's going to be interesting to see how these games are going to be developed in the future because Microsoft is pushing AI, bro. They don't care. And to end it off right here, Xbox, the brand itself, is in debt right now to Microsoft. The biggest debt that Microsoft can put themselves in with the Xbox brand is Activision Blizzard King. So it has occurred to me that Microsoft recently came out and said, look, yeah, it's not about the rumors, what they're saying about 30%. You know what I'm saying? It's not 30%. It's less than that. All right. We still, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The rumors were like, yeah, we want 30%. Nah. Microsoft is like, hey, look, we still getting our money, but it ain't 30% like the rumors are saying. Obviously, who knows? But at the same time, the Xbox brand is in debt to Microsoft. Look at what Microsoft is like. We don't care what you got to do. Go up on the Xbox console 3 times, 4 times. We want our money. This is something that I joke about all the time with my wife. Yo, these people want their money back. You understand what I'm saying? And we are the gamers. Back in 2023, 2022, everybody was like, yes. And I was like, guys, this is not good. Us, cheering on this Activision Blizzard King deal. No, it's not good. Oh, no, you just an Xbox hater and you this and you just that. Come on, man. You a Sony fanboy. Come on, man. Cheer this stuff on, man. And I got so many threats and everything. I say, you know what? I said, why not? Yay. And this is the stuff that we all cheered in. And look at the after effects now. Look at the blowback now. Look how well this thing is working out. Call of Duty, not looking too good. You see what I'm saying? Call of Duty, not looking too good. Not like it used to be, to the point where, look, we could talk about that. What's his name? Joshua, and what's his name? Anthony Joshua or whatever the heck his name is, and Logan, not Logan. What's that boy's name again? Jake Paul. You see that Jake Paul fight, that Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what's going down right now between Microsoft and Xbox. And then we're in the crowds where there's like, we're just watching everything happen. We're just watching everything happen. Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, this crazy. Microsoft is like, bro, we ain't trying to hear no excuses, bro. We ain't trying to hear no excuses. We want our money. We don't care. Listen, go up on Game Pass. We need our money back. Why do you think Microsoft pivoted so gracefully and so well into being okay with putting their games on PlayStation? Why do you think that? Because they need every dime that they can possibly get their hands on. Come on, y'all should know this. They want to make as much money back off of that $70 billion deal, guys. You think it's for free? That's the biggest deal that we have ever seen in the entertainment business. Say you think Microsoft is gonna eat $70 billion? You tell me, if you were Microsoft, would you just sit there and eat $70 billion? Oh no, it's okay. We'll eat it. No, we're the one that, why do you think they went up on the price 3 times? Why do you think they're they went up on the price of Game Pass? Why do you think, right? They strategize and say, yeah, we're putting everything on PlayStation. Why do you think that? Because they want their money back. And how well is that work? How well is this Activision Blizzard King deal working out for us? Look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty is doing them more harm keeping it on Game Pass than it is on its own. Come on, guys. All these big acquisitions, how is it all working out for all of us? Right? Even before Microsoft said, yep, no more exclusives. Was Xbox Series X consoles flying off the shelves? And people like, oh man, Xbox is back? Come on, guys. You know better than what I'm saying. So this Activision Blizzard King deal is more beneficial to the mobile side of things and the cloud side of things. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Mobile and the cloud side of things than it is for the consoles. Huge toilet flush, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Thanks for the dono.
Pull up the Gorlock Destroyer card skin.
So put up the Garlock Destroyer COD skin. Oh, Lord have mercy. Bro, this is sad, man. And, you know, bro, even a lot of people would say that the Activision Blizzard King deal should have never happened. I'm willing to bet. I'm telling y'all right now. A lot of people would say, I'm gonna get to it. Struggle. I'm gonna get to it. A lot of people would say that the ABK deal should have never happened in the first place. But no, Microsoft just, hey, yeah, man, we big dog. We wanna monopolize the entire industry. We'll buy Sony. Y'all remember when that leaked document came out? I think it was an email from Matt Booty. That leaked email came out that Microsoft back in 2019 was trying to buy the entire industry. So you see what I'm telling you, these acquisitions and these buyouts are not a good thing to cheer on. Because we, the gamers, we are the ones that end up suffering in the end. We're the ones that end up suffering in the end. Why? Because we're the ones have to pay these stupid high prices. You understand? The same thing that you're sitting there voting and cheering on for ends up being the double-edged sword on your backside. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, yeah, here we are cheering on for this stuff. Let's go, Microsoft. Let's go. Call of Duty for Game Pass. Then when the dust settles and now we got Call of Duty and Game Pass, people are not even so intrigued. People are apparently subscribing or unsubscribing or signing up for free trial. They're not even staying subscribed to Game Pass just to play Call of Duty. And it's not even enough for Microsoft to be like, oh, yeah, we're okay. No, not even COD can save this situation. COD is not even like what it used to be. Look at COD right now. A freaking joke. That's why I brought up the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua freaking fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's literally Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is freaking Call of Duty. Got knocked the freak out. Literally. You understand? Not even close. Not even no competition. Bro, what are you doing? Battlefield 6 is like, sit down. Like, what are you doing? Sit down. Sit your butt down. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I'm trying to tell you, KO. Battlefield 6 is, what are you doing? What? You stepping to me? You stepping up to me? Nah. Like Debo said, get knocked out like your father did. Bro, yo, listen, bro. And remember what Activision said? Remember what Activision said, right? Activision said,
thanks for the dono.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Jobs told y'all that Microsoft loves you. Bye.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Hey, Yo. Everybody's like, yo, look. This is perfect. This is a perfect analogy right here. You know, Sony. Yo, this is the perfect analogy right here, right? Check this out. And we having some fun with this, man, because yo, you gotta laugh sometimes. You literally gotta laugh. So this is the perfect Friday representation. So you got my man Smokey and you got my man Craig, right? Just sitting there. So Craig and Smokey is Sony and Nintendo. So Sony and Nintendo, you know, they just sitting there. You know what I mean? Oh shoot, Debo coming. And then obviously you got my man, what's his name again? I don't remember his name right now. The light-skinned dude with, you know, that came over there. What's his name again? I don't remember his name, but he's Microsoft, right? He's Microsoft. So Debo, you know, Debo coming over. You know what I'm saying? Debo coming over. So Sony and Nintendo is like, oh shoot, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Sony and Nintendo is like, yo, I'm gonna tuck mine in, bro. I'm gonna tuck mine in. I can't do this Activision Blizzard King deal. This is too much for me. That's Debo, the Activision Blizzard. Red. Yeah, Red. So Red is Microsoft. Red is Xbox, right? So Sony and Nintendo is like, look, I'm gonna tuck mine in, bro. No. Hold on. Let me fix this. Hold on, I got this. So Microsoft is like, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Nintendo and Sony taking off their chain. They're like, bro, oh shoot, who? Debo. Oh shoot, he ain't got to tell me twice. This is Sony and Nintendo taking off their chain. Oh shoot, Debo coming. Who? Debo. Oh shoot. So yeah. Sony and Nintendo take off their chain and they watch. Microsoft is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Yeah, go ahead and tuck yours in, because here's the reality. Now Debo comes over there. Hey man, what you got on my drink, homie? Nintendo and Sony like, nothing, broke as a joke. Freaking Debo's like, y'all some high rollers. Activision Blizzard King is like, yo, what you got on my drink, homie? Nintendo and Sony like, nothing. Y'all some high rollers and you ain't got nothing. And then Microsoft sitting there like Red, like, hey man, that's my show up for a knuckle. Oh Lord Jesus. Give me your chain, bro. I'm telling y'all boys, I can't. My grandma gave me that chain, man. It said, show up for a knock you. Bro. Oh Lord. Hey man, you know what? We gotta do a quick Q&A right quick. Run up Microsoft running off to the car. You know, man, my grandma y'all sit there, y'all didn't even help me. Y'all sit there, y'all didn't even help me, man. My grandmama gave me that chain, man. Bro, yo, Microsoft running off to the car crying, man, my grandmama gave me that chain, man. Man, y'all sit there. Y'all didn't even help, man. Bro, I tell you one thing, man. No, sir. You see Nintendo and Sony taking off their chain and they watches and everything. Oh no, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Nah, bro. Take off your chain and your watch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Now you paying the price now. You know what I'm saying? Now you acting like you big dog. You some high. Okay, all right, go ahead. If you see Sony and Nintendo don't want no parts of it, you know, the only thing, to be honest with y'all, the only thing Sony wanted from that deal was Call of Duty. That is it. Because Call of Duty was making them all this money. You can have the rest of the catalog. Shoot, we don't care. And when Sony realized, oh shoot, you know what? We plead our case and we couldn't get Call of Duty. Hey, you can have it, Microsoft. You can have it. You good. You know, I'm gonna tuck mine in. All right, go ahead. Keep tucking yours in. Bro, it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. We're taking a quick Q&A real quick, man. Quick Q&A real quick for you boys, man. Said, but isn't Microsoft making money because Red got his chain took? So you saying Microsoft isn't making money? No, I'm not saying that Microsoft ain't making money. They're making money, but not as much like they should in the Xbox department. Because right now, people are not buying the Xbox consoles, man. Not like they should. 1.7 million units, bro. And then going up on the price of Game Pass Ultimate. Shoot. And then no more console exclusivity. Oh, they making some money, but not as much as they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're making money putting games on PlayStation, but come on, guys. It's just not the same anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's not the same. Bro, you're falling behind 2 generations, right? You're the Xbox One generation and the Series generation combined. Like, bro, like you're not even touching the 360 at this point. What? Oh my gosh, bro. Come on, man. It's my bike, punk. Let's see here. If Smokey watch you get beat up, his response was, I'm high, man. Oh yeah, you already know. The Y, X, and B buttons came from the Super Nintendo. Yeah, but also the coloring scheme. If you remember, the coloring scheme, Y, X, B, Y, and A was from the Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like I said, believe me when I tell you guys, I love Microsoft, man. I want Microsoft to do better. I want things to work. But I really hope that with Magnus that they have something up their sleeve. I really do. I really do hope. The money they make is going to the ABK. There you go. They're trying to. Microsoft is in the recouping stage. So yeah, they're making money. They have so many different ways that they're making money to recoup that $70 billion cost. They're making money off of putting their games on PlayStation. They're making money off of partnering up with other studios and publishers and things of that nature. You know, they're making money, inking deals with Nintendo. Like they're making money, you know, in the clouds. They're making money. Mobile, they're making money, yes, but it's to help recoup that cost, that $70 billion deal, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, like, this stuff is no freaking joke. Man, it's sad, man. It's really sad. So we had 365 votes. Appreciate y'all. I said, do you still own an Xbox console? 50% of you guys said yes. 27% of you guys said no. And then 10% of you guys said no, I sold it. And then 13% I never owned one. So appreciate you guys voting on that one. Let me go over these super chats real quick for you boys. What's up, baby? What's going down? I think Struggle was saying that the Gorlock COD skin. Let me take a look at that first. Struggle real quick. Let's take a look at that. What is that? This viral operator, the Gorlock cod skin. No, that can't be real, bro. That cannot be real. We're gonna refuse to believe that was even real to begin with. Let me heart all these super chat. What the heck is that? Yeah, real quick. See, you traded your Xbox for a Pro. Hey man, I hear you. All in all, guys, this whole stream is just to basically highlight Xbox this generation, because going into next year and beyond, they're going to be talking about next gen. And this generation, man, Microsoft could have done way better. We all know this already. And some of the mistakes that Microsoft has made this generation could have been avoided. You know what I mean? Could have been avoided. But a lot of this generation was made up of big acquisitions that ultimately cost us in the end, and ultimately turn off a lot of people from buying Xboxes. It's sad, man. And this is coming from somebody who love Xbox and want to see Microsoft continue to compete with the Xbox brand with Sony. But I don't know, maybe they can compete again during the Xbox Magnus generation. We're just going to have to wait and see. But guys, I don't even know, man. Lionel, my brother, says, what's up? Happy holidays to you and your families. Just playing Hogwarts Legacy side missions, trying to level 43 and playing Alan Wake 2. My brother, let's get it popping. It says, I have PS5 Pro, Series X, might trade Series X on a Magnus. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. I can see people trading in their Series X's for a Magnus. Magnus, I think, is going to be nice, bro. Magnus is going to be a beast. You know what I mean? Like, based off of what Moore's Law is that is saying for a PC console hybrid, I can see a lot of people buying that instead. If the reports are true, I think they said it's going to be like 10 to 20% more powerful than the PS5. I mean, than the PS6. So I can see people buying the Magnus or trading in their Series X's for a Magnus. I'm telling you, Magnus has a place, bro. It has a place. But we'll see, man. We'll see how all this, transpire and everything. So I've secured and played Ghosts of Yotei on Christmas. Yay, let's go, man. Ghosts of Yotei, fire game, man. Fire. It said, don't let, didn't fool y'all. It says he hyped for Forza 6 on Series next year. Yeah, Forza 6, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to play that. I cannot wait to play that. And I'll try it out on the Series X, and I'll play it on the PS5. You know what I mean? And show y'all what it looks like on both consoles. Like, we're fixing to kick things into high gear next year, man. And that's the reason why. That's the only reason why I'm holding on to my Series X, is because I got to make content for you guys. I got to make content. I got to do these blowout streams for y'all whenever we do them. We got to do these comparison videos. That's the only reason why I'm holding on to my Series X. Only reason why. Because all these games coming out next year, you guys are going to want to see comparison. Oh, Marlon, can you show us what it looks like on the base PS5 versus the Series X, or PS5 Pro versus Series X? That's the only reason why. When GTA 6 drop, them comparison videos are going to go hard. So yeah, that's the only reason why I'm keeping my joint. You know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that I can make those videos for y'all. Marlon, Forza Horizon 6 is not day one on PS5. It might not be day one, but it's still going to be going to PS5. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to be going. I mean, they showed the PS5 logo, but yeah, we don't know if it's day and date or not, but it's still going to PS5. You know, it's still going to PS5. So yeah. All right. See, we have a little bit more time. Hellblade is awesome. Nice. It says, why didn't you show off Death Stranding 2 versus OG PS5? I did show off the OG Death Stranding versus the one on PS5 Pro, or PS5 in general. Yeah, I did. I did do a comparison video. I did. Yes, I did. Nope. My Xbox has just been sitting there. Like I said earlier, my Xbox is sitting there. I'm playing more Xbox on PC because I have Xbox Game Pass, on Xbox PC Game Pass. So I'm playing more on PC than I am on my Xbox. That's all facts on my behalf. So yeah. Yeah, OG, we already did that, bro. We already did that. So wow, Marlon, that's how you feel about Series X. He says, who still cares about Xbox consoles anymore? Bro, it's the truth. Like, it's sitting there gathering dust. Like, the last game I played on my Series X was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's it. He says, what games you recommend to play on PC? I just purchased one. Oh, man. Dude, like Hellblade 2 is fire. Indiana Jones is awesome. Like, those two games are fantastic to play. Man, the Callisto Protocol is good too. Not the greatest, but it's a man. There's so many games, bro, that you can play and enjoy. Stellar Blade is also another one. I finished it and then played it on PC. There's so many games, bro. There's a lot of games. It all depends on what you want to play. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, that's also another one. You know what I mean? Helldivers 2, that's also another one. Like, there's a lot of games. Marlon, Xbox is a fridge. Yeah, there you go. The Xbox Series console fridge, man. You already know this, bro. How was y'all Christmas, man? Real quick. South of Midnight. Forgot about South of Midnight. That's also another game that I've finished right here on the channel. Love that game through and through. That's also another game that you can check out. South of Midnight. Fantastic game on PC. Fantastic. I actually finished it on the Series X. I actually finished South of Midnight on the Series X. So yeah, my Series X got more use in 2024 than in 2025. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. It says, so what was y'all verdict between those two? Yeah, Death Stranding 2 looks way better. I mean, on the Pro, yeah, you can notice the difference. But for the jump from PS4, the OG game from PS4 to PS5, oh man, it's a big jump. It's a big jump. PS5 to PS5 Pro, you notice like sharper, the resolution is a bit sharper. You know what I'm saying? And then also the frame rate as well. It says, went to mom's house. She served me and my brothers here world famous Ethiopian dishes. Man, it was so good. I'm still full. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm so happy. You enjoy that. I really am. I'm happy you had a great Christmas, man. You went out to eat for Christmas Eve. Nice. Christmas was lit. Let's go. Same here, man. Spent it with my wife and my daughter and my dad and my wife's mom. And my wife got me some pair of Crusher Evo headphones. And she got me some socks, more underwear, socks. And then I think she got me, there was something else she got me. I forgot right now off the top of my head. And then I got her favorite like perfume that she told me she wanted. So it was good, man. It was really good. Said my neighbors yesterday, shout out on Christmas saying they got PS5 Pro with Spider-Man 2, God of War, Ragnarok, and Yote. Nice, bro. Let's get it. You got them Xbox slides? Nice. Hey, there you go, bro. There you go. I told y'all were going to buy it. That's one thing I can say Microsoft is the king of, man, is like, you know, doing other things like, you know, the controller designs, like, you know, Xbox fridge and, you know, shoes, Xbox soap. Like they're the king when it comes to marketing, man. Using their brand to put it on other, you know, things, items, products, and selling them, you know? So yeah, man. See, I got a little tipsy last night as well. It says, which is rare because I'm so healthy. Hey, that's all right sometimes. You know what I mean? That's all right. It's an Xbox Crocs and Adidas. Oh, okay. It's an Xbox like the Dallas Cowboys right now. Oh man. I know, man. I know it's crazy right now, bro. Like it's nuts. It's really nuts. You said, do you think that GE files this will affect Microsoft financially? Bro, it's kind of hard to say, man. like it's kind of hard to really say right now, because going into next year, like going into next year, man. Like, see, the thing is, bro, all this AI stuff that they're planning on doing, man, I don't know, man. Jen, we just got to wait and see, man. Anything is possible, at this doggone point. Like, it's just, I don't know. So me and my family went out Longhorn Steakhouse on Christmas Eve. The food was incredible. Got absolutely full. Nice, Brandon. I'm happy to hear that. So do you expect anything special for Xbox 25th? Because they didn't do anything of the events this year. Yeah, I could see them doing something. I just don't know what they could potentially do. I mean, now we're leading over into the next generation. I mean, what, a limited edition 25th anniversary Xbox Series X or something, which that's probably going to be very stupid expensive. Maybe bring back some older games. That's what I would say. For next generation, make some announcements, some big announcement. Hey, we're bringing back Banjo. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I don't know. We're bringing back Perfect Dark. I don't know. Something, you know what I mean? Something of that magnitude to get people hype and excited, but we'll see. So I don't know why Microsoft didn't mass produce those special edition Xboxes that be in their contests. Yeah, I know. Like the SpongeBob edition. Yeah, I know. He said, Marlon, I can't wait for your merch. Fam, I'm gonna sell you out. Hey, yo, bro, we're fixing to go all out crazy with the merch next year, man. We fixing to go full throttle. I got the approval of the wife. We're fixing to go crazy, man. I'm fixing to have some merch. We're fixing to rock some merch next year. We're fixing to get these joints pressed up. I'm gonna wear some prototypes, and then we're gonna have a website where you guys can go and order them. And then, we're going to do the order to make kind of system. So we're fixing to go crazy with this joint, man. So Marlon, I tag you in a video. My son got a PS5 and a Portal. He was so shocked. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I do have to get going too, cause my wife, she got a burn. So, says I'm just still hurting after my girlfriend passing on December 19th. My Christmas was hard for me this year. Do you think she will remember me after passing? Oh, definitely, bro. Definitely. You got to continue to remember her too, man. And we're going to continue. Hey, Nicholas, we're going to continue to lift you up in prayer, man, because you need prayer and you need love and you need support. You know what I mean? And I don't know what your prayer life is, or your belief system is in Jesus, but he's just a phone call away, man. Just give him a try, reach out to him, and he will answer, And in this time right now, you definitely need all the love and the support that you can get. I hope that helps, my brother. Hurst says, Marlon, I got me a Portal okay. Sunday you got one. Nice, bro. Nice. It says, well, at least Microsoft made the Series X backwards compatible with every Xbox gen. We can't play older PlayStation. That is true. That's one of the things, Kendrick, I give them. Give credit where credit's due. It says, will you be adding your music to streaming services like Tidal and Spotify? Yeah, definitely. Yes, 100%. We're going to get this thing published and we're going to do it right. It's going to be a lot of work to get everything structured and set up, but that's the plan, Thriller. That's the plan. That's the plan. But I love you guys, man. Thank y'all so much, guys, for coming through to this stream. I'm happy to know that you guys had a Merry Christmas, man, that your Christmas was awesome, that it was nice. Oh, and I meant to say this. My man's Bobby Cook. Bobby Cook promised that he's gonna go crazy on the last day of the year, which is New Year's Eve. So he's telling me to tell you guys that. So I appreciate all of you guys, man, for y'all support today, for helping us to continue. Big Phil, I saw you today, man, with the gifted subs, my brother, and all of you guys who super chatted. You guys are the lifeline of the channel. Can't stress it enough. Make sure you guys give the stream a massive thumbs up if you got any enjoyment out of today's stream. All today's stream is to spread awareness that Microsoft can do better. I mean, they struggled this generation, but they have some games that I'm really excited about that's coming out. Multiple games, that I'm willing to play, that I'm willing to enjoy. But yo, Microsoft, they got some work to do in the console space. I don't even know. We'll see what they do with Magnus, which I'll be getting that day one. I'll be buying Magnus day one, and we're going to do this all over again, God's willing, in terms of comparison, to let you guys know if it's worth it or not. You know what we do, man. So I love y'all. Be blessed. Be easy. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. We'll be back here, if not tomorrow, maybe Monday, to help finish off the year strong for y'all. Go enjoy y'all family, man. Hug somebody. Tell them you love them. Hug somebody. Tell them you forgive them. Stay blessed. Stay easy. And I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah. Don't tuck in your chain, guys. You want to take it off because Debo ain't playing. I love y'all.
Literally making something out of nothing. Thin air, you feel me? I'm glad to be in that position because everything is broken.
Every time I elevated something to celebrate. John Jones, I went to heavyweight on these featherweights, but I ain't backing down, I'ma take the weight up another plate. Lean at the crumbs, that's how you eat, let me demonstrate. Decade in the game, I ain't lost a step, I just up the pace. Watch them up the pay, I put in the reps and pick up the chase. Then it up the balance, but we ain't even no miles away. It ain't just a talent, I took the challenge and walked the praise. Fell a couple times, but I got back up with some saving grace. Definitely leader, a pastor still need a preacher. Talk to me when I'm shallow, lend a lens to see deeper, closer in to see higher up. That's too much for the speakers, but ain't much for the thinkers. Clouded, I rush to the lower end to see what's in the deeper. Found a message to send itself with much